Hello, spacers and speed freaks. My name is TV Skyn, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. It is time once again to battle the forces of space capitalism. As my computer struggles a little bit, it seems to load everything in. There we go. Excellent. Now, let's see where we left off. We've been clearing out a bunch of secret biolabs that weren't so secret after all. And right now, we pretty much just need to talk to Anton, I think. Yeah, more or less. To finish up those parts of the quest.
Damn right we left the lab. What's left there that's worth dying for?
You let them get away. Worthless, the lot of you.
Well, you get what you pay for, don't you?
Oh, they had a little disagreement there.
That no-account fool Porter and his crew are even more worthless than I could have imagined. They've abandoned their posts. This is madness.
If you remember, of course, Anton Crane here is a sociopath who uses other people for his own ends. I have unfortunate news. Your associate Jameson is dead.
Jameson. I didn't do right by him, did I? Only cared about how he helped or hurt my research.
You really didn't care about him at all, though, did you? It's all about your ambition.
You understand nothing. Me least of all.
Oh, but I do. You believe you care, but that's just guilt. Deep down, you know you don't.
That's not true. I'm a man of great caring.
About paperwork and demerits. If you want to admit you're shallow to me, at least admit it to yourself.
I'd never own up to that, though it be true. It's this place, this colony. You can see that, can't you? I need to get to Byzantium. It's the only place life can have meaning.
And that, my friends, is what capitalism does to people. Let's talk about something else.
I suppose you've earned it.
I'm still not sure I understand why all the secrecy.
It's highly illegal to have brought the Raptidons to Terra 2. The research done on them before Monarch was left to the dregs was too promising to just abandon, so here we are.
And the corporation really wouldn't have come to your aid?
You've not much idea how these things work, do you? If Auntie Cleo could be connected to what we're doing here, they'd be ruined. Everyone skirts the law looking for an edge, but the ultimate sin is to be exposed. Plausible deniability is everything.
By the way, remember the way Blizzard apologized, big air quotes around the word apologized, for committing censorship to protect the interests of the Chinese government over the issue of Hong Kong? Yeah. I suppose I'll be going. Goodbye. Except I won't.
Oh, as if...
I've convinced the outlaws that staying would be hazardous to their health.
My research? Please tell me you've recovered it.
Yes, here it is.
That's... You can't possibly understand the enormity of what you've done for me. And what, pray tell, is the status of our Raptidons?
I gassed the young beasts, but I was forced to kill the mother.
That complicates the equation somewhat. No matter, I have the research. Excellent. If we're done here, I'd like to get back to work. You understand?
You know, there's more to care about than black marks and paperwork.
Not in this colony, there isn't. But success here will get me to Byzantium. I'll have recognition, money, proper facilities. It's the only place to lead a life of meaning in the system.
Life is no more meaningful there. Less so, in fact. More empty.
I can't believe you're right. If I did, I don't know what I'd do.
You've been sold a bill of goods. I would refuse to play their game if I were you.
That's easy for you to say. You're not trapped like I am.
And who's keeping you trapped?
I honestly don't know.
You should think about it. Goodbye. See, he's so obsessed with getting to Byzantium, to getting to the place where all the money and the prestige is. It's the only thing he can think. It's the only way he can get meaning into his life. It's the only way he can become or do anything that seems to him to matter or be worth something. But of course, all he'll do at Byzantium is serve the interests of rich people even more, even still. He will still be chasing the money. He will still be chasing it. And that's what makes capitalism so toxic, is that it sells you this idea of meaning that doesn't actually correspond to what meaning really is. And and the only thing you can do, like, once you achieve meaning, air quotes, inside of a capitalist system, what you find there is that the meaning is to keep acquiring, is to keep, like, there's always another goal, all the time, forever. It's never enough. You always go for the next milestone. Always. And there's nothing wrong with having milestones per se, or having goals to work towards, but with capitalism, there's no end. Like that, and that's the thing our entire society is structured around. This is why our economy works the way it does, is because everyone and everything in it is constantly chasing the next milestone. There's no such thing as enough. Which, if you've followed Jim Sterling's YouTube career recently, you'll know that that's why, especially the AAA games industry is the way that it is. It's because, we're making billions and billions and billions of dollars on the loot boxes, but we could be making more billions, so let's put some more gacha mechanics in. Let's, nickel and dime, let's take all the costumes out and sell them back to people again, because they always want that extra, they need more growth, just more growth. Doesn't matter what we're growing towards, just growth. Grow, keep growing, grow forever. And the thing is, without any end goal, without any point where you say, okay, this is good enough, we have a reasonable amount of profit, we're able to pay our workers, we're able to continue making good games. When you don't have that end goal where you say, stop, we're doing well enough, that's when it eventually, inevitably, it becomes impossible to reach the next milestone within the rules. Within the regulations, within the ethical restraints that you're under, there just won't be any more wiggle room to keep grasping for more money. And so you have to push that little bit, you have to reach just a little bit further. You have to start with the loot boxes, and maybe introduce some more gambling mechanics, and maybe some more visual effects that really get the dopamine going in people's brains when they buy that one more extra loot box, that one extra pull of the gacha. And the moment you step over the line, in order to grow more, you have to step further over the line, and further, and further, and further, further, because you can't, there is no stopping point. There is no enough. There is only more. And that's what Anton demonstrates, what that does to people.
Any news on that thing we spoke about? That thing?
I found your experiment.
Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers.
I tuned the equipment for you, so there's a bit more than you expected.
No kidding? You're the best! This is gonna make me so popular. I mean, with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not.
You're definitely gonna use it.
Only for testing purposes. Quality control. You would, right?
No.
No way.
Uh-huh. You just don't understand the market. Anyway, here's a cut for you. An advance for my profits. Pleasure doing business with you.
And that's why Anton doesn't value anything in other people except what he can get out of them. Because to him, that's the only thing that has value, is that personal advancement. That's the only thing that gives life meaning. And it's such an awful way to live. It's such an awful way to think and be.
Oh, hello. Why do you seem familiar? Have we met?
Yes. Yeah, you asked me to grab your prototype schematics from storage.
Ah, yes. Very good. And have you done that?
Got him right here.
What a relief You hold months of work in your hands.
Hold on. Force weapons are contrabands. Why did you turn this in when you found it?
Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that would have been.
Well, these are... Maybe they would have let you experiment. You could have saved a few lives.
All the more reason I need to keep my discretion discreet. Now, if you wouldn't mind returning them to me.
Well, okay.
Now, I'll just attach this here, bit of glue, a little elbow grease. Voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
Indeed. Anyway, that is that. Time to go talk to Gladys. And it seems like we're done on Rosewater. In Rosewater. At least in terms of side quests that we have. Is there anything else I could find on my own, maybe? Deforesting machine. Deforesting machine. What the hell is that? Okay, let's go find out what that is. That will be pretty much that direction, right? Yeah, somewhere that way. It's probably something I've just passed by and I didn't know that it was a deforesting machine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Hello.
Everyone all right?
Well, they burned nicely. I'm vaguely tempted to increase the difficulty of the level of the game a little bit. Because it's not like I'm having any trouble with the combat so far. On the other hand, I don't want to have trouble with the combat.
Looking at this colossal machine of destruction and thinking, Felix, you should hijack that? Like a lab.
I love sniping so much.
All right, let's dance.
I only ever play Skyrim as a stealth sniper, as a stealth archer. Like, I try to start, and I try so... Oh, goddamn landmines. I try so very hard to, like, no, I'm only gonna use magic. I'm gonna be a mage. I'm gonna be a mage. I'm gonna be a mage. And then I run into something where it's like, okay, there's absolutely no way to get in on these guys and not get completely skewered. Okay, I'll just pick up a bow. I'll just do a little bit of extra damage from stealth mode. That's all I'll do. Just a bit of extra damage. That's all. I swear. I'm not gonna, and then I'm a stealth archer. For the whole rest of the game. Abandoned datapad. To whom it may concern, I've been on an anti-Cleo man my whole life. When I got promoted to the Roseway Deforestation team, I felt privileged and honored. I believed anti-Cleo was going to tame the wild landscape and pave it over with a civilization. Better than nature. That's your motto. I wanted to be a part of that initiative. I wanted to see Roseway become an object of envy among corporate outposts. I wanted to wave our quarterly reports in front of every Spacer's Choice worker I've ever known and laugh in their faces. I worked from dawn to dusk without a word of complaint. Now you have me working on building walls around the town. We've given up on expansion, and half the town's already been relocated. Worst of all, the deforestation team has been disbanded, and my equipment's left to rust in the landscape. If you're reading this, then you have found my letter of resignation. I would rather make my own way as an outcast living outside the law than work under these conditions. Brave man, I may have just killed him for all I know. I mean, you're not wrong, Felix. We should hijack that, but I don't see a way to get in there. Oh well. There was a little bit of lore there, at least. Back to the unreliable. And talk to... Oh, she's inside the ship. Duh. There's nothing else to do here, I don't think. La da 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 da.
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship?
Oh god, the cows are gone. Thank God.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it?
Yeah. What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation. Apparently, Ada is the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or at least ways that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Facsimile, huh? Ada, Parvati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation.
I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn that trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Reed seemed to have it in for you.
I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career.
Ugh.
When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But why would people be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job? Actually, more to the point, one aptitude test determines your whole life. And by the way, this is a thing that actually happens in modern like, this is not a thing that this game invented. Modern corporations use personality and aptitude tests to determine who gets called in for an interview and who gets hired. Like, this is an actual thing that happens, and there's plenty of circumstances, especially if you're trying to work in corporate America, where if you don't get called in for a job that you know for a goddamn fact that you're qualified for, odds are pretty good it's because they forced you to take some kind of aptitude test, or they have some kind of test that they run on you without you knowing it during the interview process, and you failed it randomly. because by the criteria that someone who designed the test has decided, you're not a good fit for the job, regardless of whether or not you're actually a good fit for the job. It's an attempt to force every single person into a certain kind of a box and then monetize the hell out of that box to the highest extent possible. Because the only thing these companies care about is efficiency. They care about who's the most efficient. They don't care about who's actually good. Anyway.
They're powerful good tests. They rattled off this whole list of names who'd worked on them, with fancy bits hanging off them. Doctors and esquires and the thirds.
Yeah, that
Even
shit.
if you don't believe they actually catch what everybody's best at, everybody's got to take them. So at least it's fair-ish.
Why would people be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening.
That's unbelievably cruel.
Well, it ain't exactly cruel to have the promise of a paying job. And that's all it is. You go where the company needs you. Where your skills do the most good.
For the company. Not for the people, for the company. Anyway, but you actually are good at this. And you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Yeah. After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
It's okay. Break time's over. Jesus Christ. Like, that's the thing, is like, the space capitalism here is cartoonish and over the top and kind of ridiculous and caricatured, but then there's the bits that aren't, you know? Like the bits where someone's dad, who's been working for his whole life, constantly, non-stop, always running to make up for someone else's schedule, is ground down and exhausted and can't really do what he used to do anymore. And, you know, it's like...
Whoever has been in the shower for the past 40 minutes, I am shutting off the hot water now.
It's like, that's a story that you used to hear, you know, from, like, steel workers and coal miners and all the people who do the hard manual labor of society, especially the people who don't have the protection of unions. Companies just grind them down. Like, they use them for all of the possible labor that they can possibly squeeze out of them. And then they get ground down, and their bodies give out, and they die without ever seeing the full benefits of a pension. Because there's no corporate capitalist incentive to give a shit about human beings.
Something on your mind?
Never mind. I was hoping for a extra conversation or something, but I guess not.
By verity, by strength.
Oh, shut up.
What are we contemplating today?
Nothing, apparently. Where the hell is Felix? Ugh. Hello, Sam. Install the acid steeper.
Initiating initialization sequences. Greetings, customer! This SAM unit is unable to locate your registered information. would you like to register your Sam?
Yes?
Registering new owner, Captain.
Welcome to the crew, Sam.
Sam units live to clean and clean to live.
Please don't try to kill things with an acid steeper.
Every Sam unit comes lean, mean, and ready to clean.
Good work, Sam.
Thank you, customer. This area is utterly filthy.
So, where did you come from?
All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box.
No, I mean, I want to know more about you.
Did you know SAM units are capable of equipping regulation-grade flamethrower nozzles? Upgrade your attachment today and get to firing away.
What do you say, Sam? Want to help me clean up this colony?
Got stubborn stains. Leave them for Sam.
Back to work, Sam. Not much of a conversationalist, that guy. Let's see... Anything here that's interesting or useful or good? Not so much, not so much, not so much, not so much. Let's see if we can find Felix. He must be around here somewhere.
Good to see you, boss.
Nothing to talk about with him.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Ada, do you have a favorite among the crew? It's me, right? No. Let's start with that.
Define favorite.
Whoever you dislike the least.
I see. In that case, my favorite is Sam.
Good. That's good.
And I'm sure I rank as your favorite autonomous digital astrogator. I am pleased we have that settled. Was that all you wanted to ask me? You seem hesitant to discuss what's actually troubling you. Perhaps there is something you wanted to confess?
I killed your captain. It was an accident. I'm sorry.
How? How did he die?
You're really better off not knowing, but he was crushed under my escape pod.
I told him not to go because of his head injury. I knew that likely... But I never thought... I need a moment to process this. Though I am not certain why, as it does not change the outcome. Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
It's that you're sentient. Are you sentient?
What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever.
I have no concept of self.
The architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Your secret is that you were in love with Alex Hawthorne.
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion.
You are clandestinely plotting to take over the Halcyon system.
How did you guess, Captain? Did Sam tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
Anyway, let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I like Ada a lot. She's nice. Talk to you later, Ada.
Here. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
Let's go back and see Gladys. Oh, and people have been telling me in the comments a million times, by the way, that I should buy some more of the data pads that are lying around.
Remember that you are not insured.
Let's take Parvati and Ellie. Why not? Especially since Parvati wanted to go drinking. Right, there was that. We should do that. We should go drinking.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
You kidding? The chief wouldn't.
Do 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 do.
This is Halcyon News.
I thought I unlocked that door. I guess it relocks if you don't.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Poor Moon Man. Anyway, Cleo is in here. Or Gladys, rather.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway?
I have
You
indeed.
don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do.
I've investigated the, let me see what you got for sale
I've got a
first,
lovely
actually.
little throw pillow. Just something I tossed together. Like to keep my hands busy.
Let's see. Someone said she has... Oh, there's one. The old datapad contains incident reports from various Mardet security patrols. Most are details of simple finds and dust-ups between the crews of Wildcat freighters and corporate haulers. 2 entries have been marked for later review. Responded to a code blah blah, the Lost Hope. Vera asked us to bounce some Back Bay rat that got himself soaked in Spectrum Red. Drunken fool got into a scuffle with one of Engineer Tennyson's people. We tossed the rung leech back down to the boys. Asshole fought us the entire way, or to the bays, rather, telling us we'd be sorry once he controlled the hammer's power. If this is some new Hammersmith marketing stunt, I'm complaining to Sanita. Had another run-in with the rung leech from the Lost Hope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us noticing. Locked himself into the repair bay of docking slip 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty or some shit while we were trying to we're trying to talk him out. Had to break off when our shift ended. Hullhead's gonna come out eventually. Are there any other datapads? Nope. Not by the looks of it.
Gracious.
I investigated that
What's
distress
that?
signal from Roseway.
Speak up now.
About the secrets you asked me to look for.
What'd you turn up?
I found a prototype weapon schematic from Force, but I lost it.
Bless your slippery little feet.
I think that's it.
Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but maybe that's just my old hopes getting in the way. I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now.
Anyway, I'll buy the Stellar Bay nav key.
Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the sublight offices. She's a dear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else?
Wanted to ask something
What do
else.
you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
Why the board recalled Stellar Bay nav keys?
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see.
I see.
I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
You mentioned groundbreakers outside of the board's control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
Back to my other
Go
questions.
right ahead, sweetheart.
What do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
Thanks for your time.
Anytime.
Right. Well, I ended up completing those quests on Rosewater. On Rosewater.
I know Monarch's a moon. I think it counts anyhow.
Long as there's paying work, you can count me in.
Guess I should have lied and kept the research and stuff to give to her, but whatever. Let's go drinking with Parvati. I'm excited to see where this goes.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner? Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper.
Are you sure you want to do this? You seem nervous.
Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake.
You're not much of a drinker. Better start slow with a beer.
Oh, beer. I guess, yeah, I can do that. Beer can be good. I bet.
Not really, but
Bottoms up.
nobody drinks it because it's good.
Like a fizzy tea that's gone a little off.
Ah, this tastes like the underside of a boot. People drink that for fun?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Oh, Captain. I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing?
Enjoying a drink with your friends?
Yeah. I guess we are that, huh? Friends. Friends give each other counsel, right? What do you think I should do about Junlei? Because I feel about as aimless as an automech with a busted nav chip.
I'd give you my advice, but if I'm being honest, you're probably better off following whatever the captain has to say.
Well, start by telling me why her message got you so unsettled.
Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all.
Oh. No one sends terrible, vaguely sensual poetry to someone they don't like. Well, what did she actually write in the message? You haven't said.
It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her?
What's this really about?
I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat.
Yeah.
I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve.
Let's get you some water.
Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration, here I come.
Aw, this was just about to get fun.
I know.
Shush you. Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared.
I know the feeling. About what?
Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me?
There's an easy way to get answers to all those questions.
There's nothing easy about spilling your guts to the person who's got your heart in their hands. You know I'm not interested in physical affection.
Yeah.
Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not?
This is stuff that ace folks deal with a lot. Like, the fact that we center sex so hard in romantic relationships. Like, so hard. Our entire culture revolves around it. A lot of people don't... Like, for a lot of people, there just isn't a way to have a romantic relationship that doesn't include some kind of sexual component. And that makes it really hard for ace folks, because, like, a lot of the time, when they're not interested in physical affection, their partner feels like, do they find me disgusting? Don't they like me? Don't they want me? Is this some kind of excuse? Like, and that's fucking hard to navigate, because people don't understand what asexuality is. That it has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not a person is attractive, or like sexual attraction, or whether or not their partner is good enough. It's just because, for whatever reason, they were wired in a way that they don't care about it. Like, it's not their kind of thing, or like, and it gets conflated with like trauma. So many times ace folks who get into relationships and like don't want to have sex, and their partner's like, oh, they must have had a bad experience in the past, but if I give them a good experience, then they'll get over. I can fix them. But there's nothing to fix. Like, an ace person is just ace. Like, they're just asexual. There's nothing to fix. It's just a normal thing that happens to human beings. Are you afraid of being rejected for who you are?
Of course. Wouldn't you be?
Everyone is. No matter their quirks.
Huh. I've never thought of it that way. I wonder what June's afraid of being rejected for. She seems perfect to me. Maybe those are just my rosish colored goggles talking. To be strong like her. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts.
We all do.
I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about.
So, you gonna ask her out?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should?
Of course. But, you know what? Don't ask for my opinion. Believe in yourself.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually.
She's so
Thanks
cute.
For hearing me out
That's adorable.
And giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
This was fun. We should do it again after you send that message.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
I kind of regret not getting her more drunk, but also probably for the best that I didn't get her more drunk. Let's see. What else do we have?
Lately, Getter and a space matapillar out there.
See if we can get a hold of that science weapon that's on here somewhere.
Miss Ellie, or, Dr. Finhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
I'm getting so many Mass Effect feels from this game. Like the companions and all. Okay, let's see.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
Well, now.
Please do not leave items lying about the cargo hold.
Does Ada have a little crush on Sam? That would be interesting.
Oh, what do you got there? Is that a scrap of Ellie's jacket in your midst, Sam? Evening, Captain. Is it afternoon? I don't know how long I've been up here. Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not a drinker myself. Like, I've tried all of them, but none of them taste good. They just taste sour or bitter or overly sweet with a really like sharp aftertaste of alcohol. I've never gotten into it. So I've dealt with like a lot of people who were like, let's get some more drinks. Oh, I can show there's more drinks, yeah. And they try to get water inside them and just like, fuck that. Did you, if I know one thing, it's how to stave off hangovers.
Well, turns out the key is proper hydration. Probably should have been able to guess that for myself, huh? Anyway, I messaged Junlei when we got back and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos.
Okay. Not bad so far. Were there any funny typos?
Oh, she called mashed potatoes smashed potatoes. But I think maybe that's just what they call them on Groundbreaker. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises.
Yeah. So Junlei does like you, and she said it in the most awkward way possible. If you two marry, you'll be saying, just kidding, unless you're not.
Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those 2-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal, and I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow.
She's fucking adorable.
Thanks for taking
And a
me.
clueless lesbian. I like that. I like that there's clueless lesbians.
Scanning for C2547. Grade rated contaminants.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Okay. Can't get her to send Sam back to the bridge. For Ada to have her little crush. Ada's got a crush. Ada's got a crush. Let's have a look at the terminal. Messages for Oscar. So that's the thing I picked up. Let's see. From Junlei Tennyson to Parvati Holcomb. Subject poem. Parvati, I don't do this ever. So here goes. Holy okay. Whoa, whoa. Well, children, good lord, I didn't mean to show you that. She head smashed on the key, smashed on the keys. Anyway. Search Hephaestus Mining. Archive cartridge for keyword weapon. Let's see. Keyword search results. Result 1 from site supervisor. That captain sold Harris something called the Rearranger and then left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing it rearranged is the number of bits on Harris's cart. Looks like some strange tech or weapon? Maybe a scientist can make something of it. And then from the safety officers, incident reports. Doc Caulfield couldn't save Lem. Now I gotta arrest Harris for his murder. Confiscated that weapon he used and stored it in Birdie's office for now. Figured the least the site supervisor can do is fill out the form for whatever that damn thing is. Don't know how I'm gonna detain Harris. It's not like we got prison cells on this rock. And then from the coronary inquest. Cause of deceasement, blunt force trauma, weapon unknown. Took a good whack to the noggin. The facial area to be specific about it is all twisted up too. Nose is 5 times too big, jaw is shrunk to almost nothing. Teeth are all out of kilter, though I suppose that was true pre-deceasement. If the blow itself didn't kill him, there's no way he would have breathed with all that damage. Guess I have a clue on where the weapon might be found now. Let's go find a science weapon that is probably dangerous and illegal. Oh, I see. I should have known. It's behind this. So where the hell else can I get in there from? Oh. Oh, so there's a passageway in the crew quarters, is what I'm being told. Ah, I see. Okay. Aha.
Got it. Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Oh, sweetie.
That's the last of them.
Neat. Need to find a key to open that. Or increase my lockpicking skill. Let's see what else is here. Is that a whole ship? What is this thing? That is a whole ship. They were trying to fix it, huh? Well, pity we killed them before they had the chance to. Okay, let's see. Can I put some pants on that make me better at picking locks? Oh, those are tech skills. What about engineering? Nope. So close. Oh, I just need something. Nope. Need tech skill upgrade. Or lockpick upgrade directly. I only have up to +5. Well. Wonder if I can put... Nope. But that doesn't make it enough, does it? Where the heck's the armor I just upgraded? No, not unless I can do it with a helmet. But I can't. Helmets can't be modified. Darn it. I'm 3 points off! Okay. Because the only other thing I can do is I can go get Vicar Max. And I think he can increase my tech skills. Fine, let's go get him.
Hey, that pad down there.
Let's go get some tech people. Ah. I think Sam maybe also. Anyway, I should bring Sam regardless, because I need to give him his perks. Okay, you can't change Sam's equipment at all. Okay, cool. But I do believe that Vicar Max does give me... Ah, no, he only increases hack skills. God damn it. He does not increase my lockpicking skill. What about Felix? Oh, no, I forgot to unselect. God damn it! I forgot to unselect companions first. How annoying. Excuse me. In and out, in and out, in and out. Does Felix have lockpicking skills? Please tell me he does. That's some lovely Art Nouveau, by the way. Like, that's that visual style for the advertisement. Because, like, Parvati doesn't give me lockpicking skills, right? No, she gives me engineering. And Felix is like, persuade, yeah. So that doesn't help me neither. It's so close. It's right there. I can't have it. Fine, I'll come back when I've leveled up. So, what's next? Right. Let's go talk to Lilia Hagen, then. But that is going to have to be on the next episode, because we have just hit the hour mark, which is where we save and call it a day. So if you've enjoyed hanging out with me in this capitalist dystopian hellscape, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the other YouTube stuff, maybe support me on Patreon. There's lots of options for stuff that you can do. And I'm so close to leveling up too. God, it's frustrating. And that's all very helpful. And I hope you'll come back and shout at space capitalism with me a little bit more in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.